What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This, once again, is Scott Porter back for day 4 of our new unboxing series for Marvel HeroClix Earth X. Dun dun dun! We have pulled some really cool figures from this set already, and really, the entire Marvel Universe is up for grabs when you use a property like Earth X. They can't possibly cram all of it into one set, but they are doing their best. We've also pulled some really cool characters from the sub-theme of this set, which is Spider-Man villains, which after the last couple of HeroClix sets have been super heavy on heroes, it's nice to get that villain element back into the game. I'm incredibly excited about this set. I can't wait to get my hands on it, and I'm so happy that WizKids sent me this stuff to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. I'm coming to you from Hyper RPG Studios in Studio City, and without further ado, let's see what we have today. Now, we haven't pulled any, we pulled super rares. We haven't pulled any chases. We pulled a prime, so I'm assuming on the back of these boxes you got this amazing Venom art here, and I'm assuming that like that Captain America Venom is going to be a chase, but we haven't seen any yet. I've already pulled 3 super rares and a prime, so I'm just not thinking that I'm going to get anything unless WizKids decided to like bless me, like hashtag blessed me. But that being said, I am so happy with what we've already pulled, and oh man, we have another cool booster here today. If you've watched days 1, 2, and 3, you will know that I've been talking a lot about this guy, the Skull. He's one of the main villains on Earth. He's a telepath who came to power, and he's like the most powerful telepath that has ever existed on Earth. He's so powerful, as a matter of fact, when he got his power, it killed all the other telepaths on Earth. So there's no Jean Grey, there's no Charles Xavier, there's nobody that has telepathic powers left on Earth except for the Skull. And he has created an army, and he is marching from the West Coast toward New York to take over the country, to unseat President Goblin and basically take control of America. And he's got some really cool characters in his employ. Spider-Man, who we've seen, Iron Maiden, who we haven't seen yet, but I'm hoping that we will. All right, let's see who else we have in this booster. We also have, that's Ezekiel Sims. A little Spider-Man family action going on here. Deals a lot with the totems and protector of the totems and everything. Very, very cool character to have. We've got Karnak, another Inhuman. They play a huge role in Earth X. And then, yes, we've got Mr. Jameson himself. Space Wolf. We've got a ManWolf here, and I'll have to get up. I'll show you a close-up on the close-up cam because I think his little wolf face is actually under that helmet. So this is a very cool booster to pop out. I can't wait to see what all these guys do. Now, we saw the Skull in the starter set that we opened on day 1. And again, if you haven't seen day 1, go ahead and stop, go back, take a look at it. We do the starter set, we do the dice and token pack, and we do 2 boosters. So there is a lot of information to be had in that first day. It's a little bit of a longer video, but I think that it is worth it. This might be the more powerful version of the Skull, though, because the one in the starter set didn't seem like the guy who was going to march an army across the United States through, the human race that has now all been powered up. It didn't seem like that was going to get it done, so maybe this guy does. And he's got a unique ring, so he probably will. I think we're going to go ahead and start just with Karnak and then work our way down the line. We'll get to the Skull third. Let's see what Karnak has to offer. Now, Karnak, he's a big part in the books. Karnak and Reed Richards are both trying to work together to figure out, in Earth X, every single human has superpowers now, in a 4th evolution of the human race, kind of. And Reed Richards blames himself for doing it. And ultimately ends up maybe not being his fault, and Karnak knows a little bit of why that would be. So Reed Richards and Karnak are really at odds within the book. So he plays a very big role. Let's see what he does here on the Clix map. He has Earth X Inhumans Martial Artist. He's set number 16. Terrigenesis twice is a shared trait between all the Inhumans. When a friendly character targets Karnak with Perplex after resolutions, roll a d6. If the result is less than Karnak's click number, modify the chosen value an additional +1, which is awesome. You can get Perplex +2 if you roll correctly. You've got a special attack power. Everyone has weaknesses. Precision Strike. When Karnak makes an attack, if his target's defense value is modified higher than its printed value, it uses its printed defense value instead. So he ignores all of that Perplex, all of those modifiers. And then you've got his stats there on the back. He's only 50 points. He's got some Perplex. He's got some Probability Control. That Perplex plays nicely into the trait that they have for all of the Inhumans in the set. So pretty cool, pretty straightforward dial there. We've already seen the Police Sergeant yesterday, so we won't look at him. Ezekiel Sims will be next. Again, this sub-theme of Spider-Man, the sub-theme of the Spider-Man family and the villains is really tickling my fancy as well. So you've got Spider-Man family and Mystical. He has a trait, Protector of the Spider Totem, Barrier. Barrier as free, but only to place one marker adjacent to a friendly character with the Spider-Man family keyword. He also has some improved movement there with hindering and elevated terrain. As you can tell by his sculpt, he's coming through the wall. Oh, and that's pretty rad. Him coming through the wall right there is exactly what his sculpt looks like. That's really cool. Slide him in there, actually, so you can see what they did. That's awesome. Straight out of a comic book panel. Well done. That's really, really cool. All right, there we go. Ezekiel Sims, up and down. Now we go to the Skull. The Skull is this snot-nosed little brat. He is basically the Joffrey of Earth X, if you watch Game of Thrones. You just can't wait for him to get his comeuppance in this book. Let's see how powerful they make him on the Clix map. We've got Earth X as the keyword. Set number 30, Benjamin Beckley. Yuck. He even has a name that makes you hate him. If he can see you, he can control you. Mind control. When the Skull uses it as a range action, he may target one character regardless of range. Still requires line of fire, but can't target other characters. Oh my god, so you can cross-map mind control somebody as long as you have a clear line of fire to them. That is insane. Also has a special defense power, don't raise your hand against me. Stop. Mastermind. When the Skull uses Mastermind, he may choose a friendly character regardless of point value. So he's going to be very difficult to kill. That being said, doesn't seem like he has any immunities to Outwit. I was really thinking he might need some immunities to Outwit to actually make his dial worth it. So we will see if that will come to fruition. That if he doesn't have any immunities to Outwit, and he's just going to be wiped off the board. He's only 3 clicks long. Being such a big, well, being a villain in Earth X that may not be the actual villain behind the scenes, but being a very upfront villain, I expected him to have a couple more protections. So we'll see how he plays on the map. But that cross-map mind control is pretty rad. Now, last but not least, we have ManWolf. Now, ManWolf has one of my favorite storylines in Earth X because it involves Uatu, the Watcher, who we all know and love, but Uatu has gone blind in Earth X. He can't see, and he needs to use someone else's eyes. So he uses Machine Man, who is one of my favorite characters from Next Wave, which was an awesome book in its own right, but in this particular book, he's a much different character. He is the eyes for Uatu, who has been blind for a few years. We know not who made him blind, but we know that he needs to see, and he's using X51. X51 kind of turns against Uatu, and then he needs someone else to be his tool. And ManWolf, who lives on the moon with his wife, they live on the moon, which is awesome, an awesome little side story. He ends up coming upon X51 and Uatu and ends up being a part of this really tense dialogue between these two characters that are driving the story of Earth X. So let's see what ManWolf does here. ManWolf has Earth X, Animal, and Monster. He's set number 46. He has a trait, Blue Area of the Moon, Sidestep, knockback damage dealt to ManWolf is reduced to 0. Okay. Wow, that's new. We haven't seen that before. Also has a special attack power, Nullify from Existence. Yes, there is a moment where he has the ultimate nullifier in his hands, and Uatu is trying to get him to do something that he shouldn't do. So it is a very dangerous and intense moment in Earth X. But let's see how they get this power to play out. Nullify from Existence power. Deal 3 penetrating damage to an opposing character within 5 squares and line of fire. Then KO ManWolf. If that character is Colossal or Giant, deal 5 penetrating damage instead. Holy crap. But that's only on his last click. It has a 9 attack. But you can see there the wolf and X51. Man, God, the art on these covers. Alex Ross's work is just insanity. And what he came up with and what Jim Kruger who wrote Earth X, were able to do and allowed to do in Earth X was really pretty game breaking back in the late 90s and early 2000s. And I can't say enough how much of a need it is for any comic fan to go and read Earth X. Man, very cool how they utilized the nullifier there. I'm not giving any big spoilers away for Earth X because even though it's 20 years old, I feel like there's enough people out there who are newer to comics that never had a chance to read it, and I want you guys to read it with fresh eyes. So I'm not going to say exactly what happens, but very, very important characters, and they handled them very well. So good on you, WizKids, for that. And let's move on to the next booster for today. Oh, whoa. We got some extra bubble wrap in here. But we've got 5 figures, so I don't know what's going to be inside the bubble wrap there. We've got Spider Dad. We've got... Oh, is that... Oh, we've got a couple of members of the Hydra here. Oh, yes. Now we're getting into some really fun stuff with Hydra. The Hydra is no longer an organization. It's like this mutated... You've got the Hydra Queen who has, like, this absorption power, and, like, all of them are connected with all these tentacles, and... I think She-Hulk is a member of them, Sharon Carter, most of Captain America's friends, and Sam, the Falcon, is a part of the Hydra as well. And then, what we pulled actually in the plastic wrap looks like a special item. It's the Goblin glider. So that looks like they, like Mighty Thor, is going to be an addition to the set here. I don't know if there's supposed to be a glider on the top of that didn't quite make it in. But here's Goblin and the Goblin glider. So very cool. We'll have to see what that is all about. We pulled Silver Sable, who we've already seen. We pulled Spider-Man, who we've already seen. And then we pulled 2 members of the Hydra. So we'll see what those guys are all about. One is a generic, it looks like, and then one is the Hydra Falcon. So... And the way you become a member of the Hydra in this book is really you just kind of see the end of times and you give yourself up to it. You, in order to be accepted by the Hydra or taken by the Hydra, you really have to have just given up. And the fact that some of our favorite heroes have just given up shows us how bleak the world is, what kind of state Earth is in at the beginning of Earth X. All right, so let's get into the Hydra first. The Hydra generic has a trait shared through the hive mind. Friendly characters within 6 squares with the Hydra keyword modify attack by +1 when making a close attack. Has the Earth X and Hydra keyword set number 10. So again, any generics added are going to be awesome, but specific generics are going to really tickle my fancy. Utilizing these characters, and there's some artwork here that you see. You have Sharon Carter, Dum Dum Dugan, Jessica Drew, Blob, Puck. Man, I don't know if they're going to have all these guys in here. And Sam Jones, which is what they call Falcon in this particular storyline. So since we saw Falcon on the back there, we'll just go straight into Falcon. Sam Wilson, Avengers, Earth X, and Hydra, set number 26. Shared through the hive mind, just like the other Hydra. Also, a special attack power, Join the Collective. Precision Strike. When the Hydra hits after resolutions, give an action token to a hit character that can't use willpower. A special damage power. People want to be part of something. You can carry 4 characters, but only to carry characters with a Hydra keyword. So 5 characters can be moving around the board as one. Yeah, this whole Hydra collective hive mind thing is going to be scary on a map when we eventually see it. Let's look at the back side there. You got all the stats. See, it says Sam Jones back here in the art, but it says Sam Wilson up front. I think it's Sam Jones in Earth X. I'm pretty sure it's Sam Jones was his name there. But that's just me getting nitpicky. All right. The interesting thing about the Hydra, like I said, is they can immobilize you. They can't make you join them unless you give up. And we see Wyatt Wingfoot very early on, Red Wing, very early on working with Captain America, and you get the whole backstory of Hydra and how that all happened. One thing Earth X does so well is the exposition, setting up the world for you through activity and through action, and then also through those text blocks at the end of every chapter. So, Yeah, there's a lot of stuff packed in. If I feel like I'm all over the place as I'm talking about all these characters that could be in this set, it's because there are so many really well working parts of Earth X that I want to see. So I'd love to see Red Wing in the set. Who knows if we'll get him, but that would be another really cool character to have. All right, Green Goblin is last but not least. Now, again, we have the Goblin, and then we have the Goblin Glider next to him. Feel like there's supposed to be something on there. I need to recheck that booster. But that being said, there is, just like in Mighty Thor, seemingly some items that we're going to be able to equip here. Green Goblin has Dark Avengers, Sinister Syndicate, Thunderbolts, and Politician keywords. He's set number 50. Oh, he's a super rare. Oh, that's awesome. Signature equipment, Goblin Glider. Green Goblin may start the game with the Goblin Glider equipped. Another trait, Genius or Madness. If Green Goblin's dial displays Outwit, friendly characters with the Sinister Syndicate keyword have protected Outwit. If Green Goblin's dial displays Perplex, friendly characters with the Sinister Syndicate keyword have protected Perplex. He couldn't perplex himself. He has a special defense power. He has Stop Click and Regeneration. Okay, so he's got a Stop Click. And he has a special damage power, Impaled by the Remote Control. Goblin Glider, just as many people have been. KO a Goblin Glider equipped to Green Goblin. If you do, modify attack by +3. Holy crap! And make a range attack targeting a single opposing character that deals 3 penetrating damage instead of normal damage. If he misses, KO the Green Goblin. Wow, that is a gamble, but it is definitely worth it. Some huge damage output there by the Green Goblin at the end of his dial with that Goblin Glider. He gets to equip it for free. I'm pretty sure any other character can actually equip it. I don't know. Let's see really quickly. We'll just take a look at the card here. Equipping, unequipping. The back, you get to see the exact effect. It gives people running shot. This character is named Green Goblin, can already use running shot. This character can use hypersonic speed, and it's 8 points to add it to your force. There you go. Woo! Day 4 in the books. We got some of the Hydra today, which we hadn't even gotten into. I'm telling you guys, there are so many opportunities for characters to be made and to put into this set. There's no way WizKids could fit them all in. I'm hoping we see another set of Earth X. That would be awesome. We got Earth X 2. You know, that would be really make me happy, because there's Celestials, there's Galactus, there's the Eternals, there's a ton of stuff that we haven't even touched on yet. There's Reed Richards, we haven't seen him, Tony Stark, Captain America, Hulk, all your favorites just reimagined in incredible ways. But what we have pulled so far has been so much fun. This is awesome. Once again, I am coming to you from Hyper RPG Studios in Studio City. They have an awesome Twitch channel and YouTube channel that focus on video games, RPGs, tabletop games, anything that all of us nerds know and love. Tune in, look at their content. Also have a really cool HeroClix show that is in their archives called Indomitable that yours truly was a part of. So go back and check out some of those episodes if you really love the game of HeroClix. Thank you to WizKids for sending me this product. Thank you to you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying. This set, Earth X, comes out in February. The pre-releases start towards the end of January. So call your local brick and mortar comic shops and game stores and support them, because they are the lifeblood of what we love to read and what we love to play. Order your case. I know I'm going to be ordering a couple, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, may all your rolls be critical hits.